This is hazy. It's very hazy today because of the California fires. It is a little cloudy, but you can see the clouds and then you can see the smoke. Now, I'm supposed to be able to see some mountains that way. I can see nothing. It's a little blurry. There are also plenty of more mountains over that way too, and I can only see just so little. It is so hazy right now. I bring that up mainly because it is still wildfire season, big time, okay? I really wanted to tell you guys, this is actually a picture. My mom took this. She was standing at her driveway. She gave me a call today after she sent the pictures. This is happening today at the time of making this video. And she was like, oh yeah, there are fires, encroaching on our property across the road. Basically, there's this road that's across from her and it goes up this little hill. And basically, she said all the houses there are gone. She would walk that path every single day, and she said that all those houses are gone now. Entire towns are completely obliterated by this fire. This is happening in Oregon. California, homes and towns are being obliterated from wildfires. Wildfires are happening in Washington and Oregon, and they've even happened a little bit here in Arizona. Now, don't think that just because you're not in these places where wildfires have already occurred, that you're somehow immune to wildfires, that they can't affect you because, I don't live in California. I will never be affected by a wildfire. Wildfires can happen anywhere, at any time, for any reason. They are unpredictable. They can move extremely quickly, and they are obviously extremely dangerous, okay? So, people think that these things will never happen to them. My mom had experienced wildfires near her, but never so close to her. Okay, so as she's talking to me about this, she said, I was grabbing things that we thought we might need, because she's thinking, if this fire destroys our home, we want certain things, right? And so she was talking to me about these things. She was like, I was trying to grab things that I know I wanted, and she said, and I wish I had grabbed a few other things, okay? So she's telling me these things, and I'm sure she grabbed very important things. But you have to think, these are sentimental things that you're also leaving behind, photo albums or, just important documents or whatever it is, sentimental things that you have in your home. That you can't take everything, okay? But you may be able to take a few things. You may be able to take like digital photos of certain things. You may be able to take these things, but you have to have that plan and you have to be ready to actually, be able to take these things. So first of all, you need to have a plan, okay? And when I'm talking about a plan, I'm talking about a plan in various directions, okay? When people think of a plan, they usually plan out, let's say this is the main road, okay? They usually plan to escape or, evacuate on that main road. You have to look into back roads. You just have to. Now, my mom lives in a very tight spot, and there aren't really any back roads to get around. And she couldn't go towards the fire. She had to go away from the fire, and there was only one road out of there. And that is actually a very common scenario to a lot of places. So if you know that you only have one place, one road to actually get out, then you need to have a layered plan. You need to have that constant intel. You will get the NOAA weather radio notifications. You will probably get a notification on your phone. And if it's really bad, you may even get an evacuation order of people actually coming into your neighborhood and, on a big horn or something and be like, oh, get out, get out. But that is probably pretty rare. What I'm saying is you can't rely on somebody else to tell you to evacuate. You can see that fires are coming. You can see these things, right? And so I want you to be prepared in those aspects of having plans in which, if you see a fire 5 miles down the road, you better get your butt out of there. 5 miles is nothing to a fire. It's nothing to you. And especially that smoke, the smoke will get you before the fire. I mean, that smoke is probably so heavy. If it's only 5 miles away from you, that smoke is probably so heavy. There's ash falling. It is probably looks like an apocalyptic zone, like this picture that my mom sent me. So you don't even want to be around there, regardless if the fire never touches your area. You just don't want to be around there because of the smoke. Okay. So get out of there as best, as quickly as you can, as soon as you can. Okay. So I can't stress this enough. Do not wait for somebody to tell you to evacuate. You have to listen to your instincts. And when you know that there's a fire, around your area, get everything and get it positioned by your door, or just pack it in the car. Okay. Just get it ready and pack it in the vehicle. Don't even, have it staged near the door. Just get it in your vehicle. And if at that time you feel, you know what, let's just go, okay? Trust your instinct. People don't trust their instincts. They want to stay with their home. And I get it, but your home is just a home. It's just stuff. Your life is way, way more important than your stuff, than your home. You can build a new home. You can acquire more stuff. You can't get a new life. And now it's the hardest part. It's the hardest part of waiting, of not knowing, well, when can I return? How is my house going to go? I mean, the waiting is agony, how's our neighborhood going to look? How are we going to rebuild? What's going to happen? How long do I have to be bugged out for? A day, 2 days, a week, 2 weeks, several weeks. I mean, you really don't know in these scenarios. You don't know when the fire is going to be contained. You don't know when it's going to be safe to even return. Even if the fire is contained in a certain area, you may not even be able to return simply because the fire's maybe moved on to another area and it's blocking the roads, or whatever the case may be. You may not even be able to return to even that general area. It's terrifying, and we were in a situation recently where there was a fire in the mountains, and I'll show you a picture here. And there was a fire in the mountains, pretty close to us. I mean, it wasn't super close, but it wasn't super far either. If the winds had been right, it could have really become pretty wild. But it ended up raining. Whew! It ended up raining, and I think people went up there and they got it contained and got it under control. So thank goodness nothing worse happened there. And it's not just the devastation of your home and the community. It's devastation of the wildlife and the foliage and the trees and everything. It is huge devastation to the environment, and it can make really drastic changes to the way that the environment and everything is after that. And it takes years and years of recovery after bad wildfires, or after wildfires in general. Like, there are good wildfires. So anyway, this is like a plea to you guys, to don't wait for evacuation. And like I said with evacuation, you want layered plans, okay? Lots of layered plans. If you have multiple ways to get out, then know those multiple ways to get out and actually drive those ways to get out. What sort of obstacles are going to be in your way? If there are a lot of people that could be evacuating at the same time, could you go a different route? Or, how long would it take you to get out if, we're like a major evacuation point, with a whole bunch of other people, But really, if you are thinking of evacuating because of a certain thing, a wildfire, a hurricane, whatever, then know plenty of different routes. And if you don't have multiple routes, you only have one way to go, then make sure that you are evacuating well ahead of time. So not just because of traffic, but just to get you safe. Have your bags packed. Do an inventory of your bags at least every 6 months, and then have a checklist. I think this is the most important part I'm going to talk about here. Have a checklist of exactly what you want to take when you evacuate, because you may want to take some other stuff besides just your go bag, right? You may want to take some, priceless heirlooms. You may want to take, obviously important documents. You may want to take some of your defensive items. You may want to take, of course, everything that you need for your pets. Don't forget about your pets. You may want to take some comfort items for your kids, your pets, or if you have people with elderly or disabled or any type of special conditions, you have to make a list. In emergency situations, you can really, important things really kind of go out your mind. You're really focused on that situation at hand, and so, like my mom was saying, oh, I wish I had taken this and that. Well, you know, that checklist will help you. Go walk around your house now and mark what you want to take, and then try to whittle it down even more, because you may, you know, realistically, you're probably not going to be able to take, you know, your entire house, but, you know, make sure that you're taking things that are actually going to be valuable to you, and things that you don't want to lose in a fire, that kind of thing. So, and then last thing you may want to do is call your insurance company and ask what kind of coverages you have on your household. If you have fire damage, if you have flood damage. Most of these things usually actually don't come included, especially flood. That usually never comes included. And if you are in a flood zone specifically, they may not even cover you at all, or they may cover you, but it'll be an exorbitant price. It'll be just an insane price. So anyway, I just wanted to post this today. I know that a lot of people have been going through these wildfires, and I've been following it, and I haven't posted anything about it, but I really wanted to post something about it now, because it's so crazy right now. The wildfires are insane. My friend just sent me this picture where, you know, of the wildfires from last year and the wildfires from this year, and this is just California. You know, we have to take into account all the wildfires everywhere else. These emergencies and these natural disasters, they don't take a break just because of a pandemic, okay? So be prepared, have your plans in place, and have your bags ready to go, and always just be ready, okay? Don't think that it'll never happen to you. It could absolutely happen to you. It can happen to anybody, okay? Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry this is a little long-winded, and I probably could have whittled this down a little, but I just really wanted to bring the point home. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Please, everyone, stay safe and stay prepared, okay? I'll talk to you all later. Bye.